Verstappen in the fight in 2019. Hamilton. Verstappen's 2018 teammate Daniel Ricciardo has fled to the Works Renault team, but has also admitted that the Dutchman could have a title-winning car this year. Max drove very well throughout last year, showing his consistency, 2018 world champion Hamilton said. He was right up there with us many times, so if his team does the job and delivers a platform with which he can compete even closer with us, then of course he'll be in the fight, the Mercedes driver added. Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel, the 2018 runner-up, agrees that 21-year-old Verstappen is ripe for the title. "I think he's got all the ingredients," said the German. "I think there's a couple of guys out there who have these qualities, and Max is certainly one of them. Especially given his start to 2018, some believe Verstappen is still too inexperienced to be a consistent title challenger. But the Dutchman insists he is ready. I always find that a really difficult question, because you're so dependent on the package in Formula One," said Verstappen. "I mean, I remember seeing Lewis and it seemed like he was ready for the title in his first year. So the first thing is hopefully we will have the package." Next news. Newi's 2019 car on schedule. Marco. Red Bull is on schedule with production of its 2019 car. That is the news from Dr. Helmut Marko, the closest team official to owner and fellow Austrian Dietrich Mateschitz. Some teams have already announced that their 2019 chassis have passed the mandatory crash tests, while others have revealed a reveal date. Red Bull, however, is traditionally late with its new cars, with Adrian Newey famous for pushing deadlines to the extreme. Com reports that the new Red Bull will actually be crash tested on Thursday, with a rollout then planned for the days before official Barcelona testing. Marco says the rollout will happen at Silverstone. "It's always tight, but we've taught Newey that the first official test day is not a rollout," he said. Red Bull has switched to Works Honda Power for 2019, and some are predicting that it could be a winning package. Dutchman Max Verstappen, the top Red Bull driver, insists he is ready to push for the championship. "I always find that a really difficult question, because you're so dependent on the package in Formula One," he said. "I mean, I remember seeing Lewis and it seemed like he was ready for the title in his first year. So the first thing is hopefully we will have the package." Next news. Schumacher needs super license points in 2019. The system for awarding F1 super licenses to aspiring drivers could see Mick Schumacher left off the grid for 2020. Many are tipping the 19-year-old son of F1 legend Michael Schumacher to make his debut next year, having signed up with manager Nicolas Todt and the Ferrari development program. He will race in Formula 2 this year as the reigning European F3 champion. But the German broadcaster RTL points out that it could be the FIA's super license system that derails Schumacher for 2020. Last year, it emerged that Dan Ticktum was actually Red Bull's top pick to race for Toro Rosso in 2019, but he could not secure enough super license points. Currently, Schumacher has more than the 40 points he needs for a super license. But RTL says 20 of those points expired this year. It means Schumacher needs to score 10 super license points this year in Formula 2, which would mean at least a 6th place overall in the championship. Next news. Raikkonen's book bestseller of 2018. Kimi Raikkonen's book was the Finnish bestseller of 2018. The 2007 World Champion's official biography, written by Kari Hotakainen and called The Unknown Kimi Raikkonen, was hailed for its sensational revelations.
Il Cinematic newspaper reports that the book sold over 191,000 copies, making it by far the best-selling book of 2018. "It's just something I decided to do," said the 2019 Sauber driver. "It's not such a big thing in my view. I lived through it and it just happens to be now it's in a book," Erkinen added. Fernando Alonso, who has retired from F1, has admitted that he will also write a biography. "Yeah, next year one will," said the former McLaren driver. Next news: Gasly not the number 2 driver, Marco. Dr. Helmut Marko has allayed Pierre Gasly's fears that he might be Red Bull's number 2 driver in 2019. Gasly has been promoted from the junior team Toro Rosso to replace Daniel Ricciardo from 2019. Many believe Ricciardo has fled to Renault because Max Verstappen is now regarded as the top Red Bull star. Frenchman Gasly has been quoted as saying he does not want to be the number 2. "He's not a number 2 driver," Marko, the Red Bull driver manager, told Auto Bild. "That is off limits at Red Bull." However, Dr. Marko admits that Verstappen is now hitting his absolute prime in F1. "Max took the next step last season and Daniel Ricciardo got the feel of that. But we will give Gasly the time he needs," he said. "My guess is that he'll initially be closer to Max in qualifying than he will be in the races, but this is normal for a debutant in a top team," the Austrian added. Next news: Norris wants to beat Sainz in 2019. Lando Norris has admitted he wants to beat his teammate Carlos Sainz in 2019. The British rookie is making his debut this year alongside Spaniard Sainz, who debuted for Toro Rosso in 2015. Sainz switches from the Works Renault team to McLaren for 2019. "Every driver tries to beat his teammate," Norris, 19, is quoted by France's Auto Hebdo. "He will obviously try to do the same. In an ideal world, I will be able to beat him or anyone at every race, but that is unlikely," he added. "I will have to learn from Carlos and the other drivers. It is my first year and there will be areas where I will not be comfortable." Indeed, Norris has been champion of Formula Renault and European F3 and other junior categories, but he failed to beat George Russell to the Formula 2 crown last year. "In a way, it was a pretty good year to learn that I cannot always win," Norris said. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to share and subscribe to your channel to get the latest sports news around the world. Wished health and success. Goodbye.